First, the Pacoima neighborhood struggling to recover tonight after a big blast forced people to evacuate dozens of homes. LA Mayor Karen Bass and police leaders are expected to give an update on yesterday's house explosion in Pacoima any moment now. We can see the mayor walking up to the microphones. We know that our Jasmine Veal is out there to report, and at least dozens of homes
First
were
and
evacuated.
foremost, my thoughts are with everyone impacted by this incident. And I want to thank the LAPD and the LAFD for responding immediately to this issue. I also want to recognize Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez and her office for her work on this incident. The city has mobilized in collaboration with the Red Cross to provide support. Federal agencies have stepped in to provide support. And I want to thank the ATF and the EPA for being here with us to safely address this issue. As you are about to hear from public safety officials, the safest path forward to dispose of these incredibly dangerous materials is what is called a controlled burn, which will begin this evening. All other options have been examined. Public safety leaders have made clear that it is unsafe to enter the property because of the unstable and dangerous materials inside. It is also unsafe to transport these materials elsewhere in the city due to the risk it would pose to all Angelenos. This action is being taken for a very clear goal. First, to protect Angelenos. Second, to protect surrounding homes and to protect the surrounding neighborhoods. Thermal gel has been placed on neighboring homes to keep them safe. A specialized metal mesh fence will be erected around the controlled burn to protect surrounding homes from possible projectiles from this operation. LAPD has already conducted additional evacuation door knocks in the area to provide information out of an abundance of caution. The EPA has monitors in place that will be measuring the air quality as the process continues and adapting evacuation warnings as needed. To everyone in the area, please follow the guidance of the police department and the fire department. The goal is to ensure the safety of the area, and that is exactly what we are doing in these steps that we are taking. Thank you, and please stay safe. And let me introduce the Chief of Police, Jim McDonald. Oh, let me introduce the Fire Chief, Ronnie Villanueva.
Ma'am, go very close to him so we can include you in the shot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Sure.
On March 20th at 9:01 a.m., the LAFD responded to 13556 West Remington Street on a reported explosion. LAFD resources arrived on scene to find a small single-family dwelling behind a main house with evidence of an explosion. They found one patient in critical condition with burns to 56% of his body, and those were second and third degree burns. The structure suffered partial collapse and 4 dogs were rescued from the scene. The LAFD transported the patient to the closest trauma center where he is still being stabilized before he can be transported to a burn ward. LAFD and LAPD are in unified command. We have remained on scene on this incident since it began, which was yesterday morning. We initially evacuated 26 homes, but have increased the evacuation to 60 residences as precautionary measures. The LAFD bomb squad has determined that due to the volatility of the material, it cannot be removed from the evidence, as mentioned by the mayor. After careful consideration between the LAFD, LAPD, bomb squad, ATF, and EPA, we will be conducting a slow burn using diesel fuel to mitigate the unconsumed explosive materials. The LAFD and LAPD have taken the necessary precautions to mitigate this incident with little to no impact to the area. We have taken the precautionary measures to protect the neighboring residences and confine the fire to the location where this incident occurred. Our primary concern is life, property, and the environment. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce to you the the Police Chief, Jim McDonald.
Thanks, Ryan. Thank you, and thank you all for being here with us tonight. I want to thank Mayor Bass, Councilmember Rodriguez and her staff, and our partners at ATF, the LA Fire Department, the EPA, and a variety of different city and federal agencies involved in this critical and complex operation. I want to also express our continued gratitude to the community of Pacoima for their patience and cooperation as we work to bring this to a safe closure. I'll just give you a quick rundown and incident summary. As you're aware, yesterday, March 20th, at approximately 9 a.m., LAPD Foothill Division responded to a house explosion at 13557 Remington Street behind us. LAFD confirmed a significant explosion had occurred. The resident there sustained critical burn injuries and was transported to a local hospital. A subsequent investigation revealed evidence of illegal fireworks manufacturing on the property. Our bomb squad recovered chemical powders, containers, and other materials consistent with pyrotechnic production. The ATF is leading the criminal investigation. At this time, the chemicals present in the home are unstable, highly volatile, and present significant risk to both first responders and the public. Federal chemists, the LAPD bomb squad, and partner agencies have exhaustively evaluated every possible method to safely remove or neutralize the materials. Unfortunately, some of these chemicals are reactive to water and can't be transported safely. As a result, a controlled burn is the only viable method to safely mitigate the threat posed on this site. I want to stress that this is a dangerous situation, and all members of the public should really avoid coming in or around this area until this situation is resolved. Excuse me. LAPD officers will be deployed to the area to ensure that individuals who do not belong in the neighborhood are kept out, and anyone who interferes with this operation will be subject to arrest. Additionally, drones are not permitted in the area while LAFD is operating the controlled burns. The public and residents need to stay away from this location, not only for their own safety, but for the safety of the first responders who are trying to bring this situation to a resolution so that this community can return to normal. On the evacuation and community impact front, community safety, as was said, is our top priority. Evacuation warnings have been issued to residents. We're evacuating houses between Terrabella North to Pierce Street and Laurel Canyon West to the 5 freeway. We'll also be using the reverse 911 system to ensure everyone receives official notifications. This is going to be a very potentially slow but a methodical and cautious approach. The City of Los Angeles is taking a deliberate, methodical, cautious approach to bring this situation to a safe and controlled resolution. As was said, a unified command post remains operational, and we're working closely with our public safety partners to coordinate every step of the burn operation. We'll have LAPD officers securing the perimeter, LAFD fire crews on standby, and air quality monitoring conducted throughout the operation by the EPA. We understand that this is disruptive and unsettling, but let me assure you this is about protecting lives and preventing any further harm. We're committed to bringing this to a close in the safest way possible. We'll continue to provide updates to the community and ensure all necessary support is available for displaced families. If anyone in the public would like additional information, please call 818-756-9610, and that's our Foothill station. I'll now turn it over to our partner, Special Agent in Charge Kenneth Cooper from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Ken?
Thank you, Chief. My name is Kenny Cooper. I'm the Special Agent in charge of the ATF LA Field Division. We have responded in joint collaboration with the LA Fire Department and LAPD. Twofold mission. This is a criminal investigation, a joint investigation, both state and federal, and more importantly, the public safety aspect. We have brought in our special agent bomb techs and our expertise as far as assessing the chemicals and potential explosive material that's located inside this home. And together, as in a whole of government approach, we have come up with the most safe way to render safe, essentially a bomb. This house is essentially a bomb, and so we are basically notifying the public to render this explosive device essentially safe. We are going to use fire in a slow, methodic burn to alleviate that threat to public safety. So we're working jointly in conjunction with them, with the fire department, with hazmat, with the bomb team, with the EPA, to make sure we do this in the safest manner possible, while also preserving a potential state or federal criminal investigation. Thank you.
Open it up to any questions.
Oh, I think he's going to speak in
Okay,
Spanish.
good.
Buenas tardes, soy Teniente Elpidio Orozco, LFI, DIO, ORO.
Okay, you've been listening to a press conference attended by the mayor of Los Angeles, the police chief of Los Angeles, the fire chief of LA, and a representative from the ATF. And I'm going to start with what this gentleman just said. He said that a house at 13537 Remington Street is the center point for what he describes as being essentially a bomb. That house is essentially a bomb. That's what he just said. And as a result of that, they have evacuated now 60 homes because of the volatility of material that is found in that house. It was essentially an illegal fireworks operation. They do have a man who they found with second and third degree burns. We told you that yesterday. He is still in the hospital in critical condition. But most importantly, they want people to stay away from the area, and that is the area around Terabella North, Pierce Street to Laurel Canyon to the 5 freeway. And this is because of the volatility of the materials they found. They're so dangerous, they can't even transport them, so they will have to mitigate this by doing a slow burn, and that is going to take some time. So that is the latest as we know it. Don't go near the area, and obviously people that live in the area are urged to evacuate, and we will have updates for you on when exactly that burn will take place.